Hey guys, Coach Hunter here, coming in with Coach Clint, talking to you about the fundamentals of defense. So this is a part one, talking about, to me, what is our kind of last line of defense, which is blocking, okay? Our very last line of defense, if you're wondering, is toughness, which I never really want to see my students show us. Like, in an ideal world, you never have to know how tough you really are. Of course, being able to take a punch is helpful when it comes to fighting, but in an ideal world, you'll never get there. But our last line of preferred defense is blocking. So let's get into it, guys. So we're in our position, okay, our normal position, or within our stance, that is. And when my opponent throws a hook at my head, okay, I'm just gonna cover. Okay, so this is our high cover, or just covering defense, blocking defense, however you want to call it. I use kind of both, depending on the time. So my glove is just coming up very slightly, right? My glove is resting on my skull. My head is in like nice and tight. I'm not leaning away from the punch, because then I'm gonna get kind of pushed off balance when that comes, okay? I usually kind of want to sit down slightly into my legs. So nice and strong, I'm ready to go. So with my hands in the proper position, it's a small movement, right? My hands coming up just very slightly blocked. Which is one of the reasons you'll always hear a lot of like people yelling to get your hands up. My hands are down here, getting there in time is gonna be really difficult, okay? Now, there are fighters who have their hands down and fight this way, but you'll notice the people who are successful at this are relatively few, and they're exceptional fighters, like Israel Adesanya. You know, a lot of these guys, like, their reaction time, their movement is exceptional, and having their hands down is a calculation on their part. It's a calculated move. That is to say that they understand what they're open for, where the holes in their defense are, and they are anticipating that, and they have a plan. Okay, they're not just down here winging shots and hoping for the best, okay? So I always teach new students, have your hands up. If you can do, you know, show me your hands down and be really good at that style, it's awesome, but I very much doubt it. You almost always, it's just that you're just, you know, being lazy, okay? My hands are up, he throws the hook, I'm covering right here, okay? He throws a straight punch, I can cover down the center also, making sure I can see him through my gloves, right? So it can be either side on the hook, or either straight punch. Okay? Same thing if he goes to the body with the punch. Okay? Goes to the, yep, go ahead. Boom. I'm just crunching in. Really important, guys, I'm not pulling my hand down to block the body, because I'm opening myself up for the head, right? I really would rather get hit in the body than the head. Even though a body shot sucks, it hurts. And every time I've been knocked out, it's been preceded by, or it's been set up by a body shot, right? It's still, at least gives you a chance to kick the can down the road. Getting hit that in the jaw square, not a good look. So when he throws that hook, just crunching in, elbows in tight, my hands are up, still protecting my head as best as I can, okay? I think it works on both sides. Boom. And if he goes to a straight punch, same thing. My elbows is coming in, my hands are still up, protecting my face, and my elbows are just blocking my body, okay? I'm not a big fan of like a downward style block like you see in some martial arts. I just think you're taking your hands out of the way of where they should be. So your hands protect your head, your elbows protect your body. It's like doubles in tennis, right? If so, you get across court, now everything's wrong, okay? Things are gonna start getting messed up. And your elbows can't really protect your head very well. This is not that I've seen. I haven't seen anyone try that style, okay? It's a little bit different with the kick. Now, if he throws a ground kick to my body, boom, I can, like a minimum defense is to block the same way. But the kicks are so powerful, we typically go with a 2-arm block. Boom, here. As in my arm, both of my hands come into play. Because I want to spread that impact out from my palm, my forearm, to my shoulder. So he throws that kick again, boom, 2-arm block. So once again, my hand is up protecting my head, my elbow's in, my hand's coming across, okay? But it's really important that I'm thinking about all of these things coming together and then coming right back to my stance. Now there's another method that I don't prefer, not because I think it's wrong or technically incorrect, it's just not my style, is the high check. So he throws that kick, boom, I'm checking high. I bring my knee up to my elbow, getting kind of crunched in. But the nice part about this is that my hands never leave my head, right? He throws that kick, and I'm like right away able to stay nice and defensive on both sides. The downside, of course, is that I'm really raising this leg up, and he can start chopping my planted leg if he has good eyes and he has good setups, okay? So, whereas the two-arm block doesn't have that weakness, it's just a pro and con thing. You have to understand where you're vulnerable, where there are openings, and what you're kind of setting yourself up for. So play with them, see what works for you better. Now finally, my legs. My legs defend themselves. I really don't like I said, karate style low blocking for the legs. I think it's just you're way too open to the head. So my legs are gonna check his kick. So he goes to kick to my leg, I'm gonna bring my shin to meet his shin. Really important, my foot is straight up and down. You see this a lot when people are new to checking. Kind of pulling the heel in, and it's not as effective, okay? He's gonna kind of run his shin down my shin, which won't hurt him as much, okay? Because that's what a lot of this is about, is kind of discouraging him from kicking me. But ideally, I find his foot and ankle with my shin, which is even better. Now it's something soft and delicate on his body, hitting something relatively hard on mine. If you just inside of my lead leg, same thing. Ideally finding his foot and ankle, but I'll take shin to shin as well. At least it's hurting both of us, and usually the kicker more. We're not gonna worry too much about the rear leg on this because this is the fundamentals. So it's harder to attack that rear leg, though it's certainly possible. He has to do a lot more footwork, he has to get there. So almost always you see leg attacks to the lead leg. Not exclusively, but almost always. So guys, just to recap. So start with, just run through it. Head blocking. Body blocking. Checking or blocking the kick to the body. And the kicks to the legs. All right, so it's running through all of our blocking style defenses, guys. Really, really important to master, because that's going to be there when all those things fail. And we're going to get the more preferred defenses next, but I really think that this is something you have to get lots of repetition on. So guys, like this video and subscribe to our channel if you liked all of our content. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the mats.